Fitness influencer GLP epidemic. So before we get into this video, a couple of things about GLP. So it stands for glucagon-like peptide. It's basically produced in your body naturally, in your gut. Medications like Semaglutide and Tirzepatide mimic this hormone to produce effects in your brain, your stomach, and your pancreas. So in your brain, it basically tricks your appetite center to reduce hunger. In your stomach, it slows down gastric emptying, which means that food stays in your stomach longer, which gives you the illusion of being full. And in your pancreas, they stimulate insulin production only when blood sugar is high, making it highly effective for people with type 2 diabetes without a high risk of hypoglycemia. So this all looks very interesting, but I'm still very skeptic about it. So let's get into the video and see what else we can learn about this. I'm not encouraging to do this. This is just for educational purposes.
Tirzepatide. Most guys that cut to this body fat naturally, their T levels fall below 400.
Cut to this natural. Is he in fact natural if he uses Tirzepatide and or Ozempic? The answer is technically. Are you with me? Do you get this?
He's technically not. I agree too. You don't need all this stuff, folks. You don't need all this stuff.
Gallagher has succumbed to the GLPs.
We're going to discuss why I am going on Tirzepatide.
Everyone knows Greg O'Gallagher, a guy who's natural, very lean, understands his body, the science of losing weight, but even Greg himself, no, I'm not talking about myself, needs to take a GLP.
The first few days, I just felt more full, and sometimes I feel a little bit more like chill after eating because it felt...
Yeah. So that's one of the effects. Yeah, it makes you feel like you're full. Yep.
Like I ate more calories, but then after that, those few days, just felt completely exactly the same.
The guy with the movie star physique. Here's the thing. What chance do you have? You're watching Coach Reg videos. You've purchased my cookbook. You've got the Turk. You're on the GO2 Max. You're doing your cardio. Almost all of your bodies are not designed to be that lean. 170 and pumped on a little Tirzepatide and Mog stack. And so...
Not natural anymore. Not natural anymore. You succumbed.
Greg O'Gallagher, he looks to be in competition shape, but he's still dieting. He's not even competing. He just diets to diet. He's always single-digit body fat, but that's not lean enough. He has to get even leaner. He's trying to move. 168.5 pounds, no pump, did blood work, will share results when they come in. And so he's peeled, but he's 168.5 pounds. Now, the first thing you need to realize is, does anyone think you need to be 200 pounds to mog? Greg O'Gallagher, he's not short. He's perhaps 5'9", 5'10", and he's not even 170 pounds, but yet...
That is small, man. 160. That is tiny. 168. I'm the same height as him, 5'9", and I'm about 200 and closer to 210. That is small. But obviously, I'm not that lean. Being that lean cannot be healthy. I don't care what anybody says. You shouldn't be in single-digit body fat percentages long periods. For long periods, you shouldn't.
He looks this good.
This is the condition I'm in at 168.5 pounds. So
that's tiny.
Most guys that cut to this body fat naturally, their T levels fall below 400.
The first thing that he says is up for the debate. Cut to this natural. Is he in fact natural if he uses Tirzepatide and or Ozempic?
No. No.
The answer is technically yes. It isn't.
I don't want to agree with you, bruh. I don't.
Banned by WADA. And so if you want to get shredded and you want an easier time than last time, remember he's using Tirzepatide. It's legal. It's doctor prescribed. It's made for people who are obese. Not that he's obese, but you can do whatever you want. It's not illegal. And so remember, if you're looking for a quality source and you're not looking for shady compounds from some research chemical site where you don't know where you're actually getting, if you want to know that it's actually pharmaceutical, doctor prescribed, from a compounding pharmacy, and it's at a very cheap price, you go to Algorex. Remember, they don't just sell GLP-1 to get your blood work done. You want to do it with doctors, Algo RX.
Most guys that cut to this body fat naturally,
technically it is natural. You can say that it's not really, it's just
Yeah, I don't agree. I don't agree.
semantics. Who cares? Is it natural? Is it not natural? Whatever. But let me tell you this. Even if you do this with the help of Tirzepatide and or Ozempic, your testosterone levels can still fall. You could still lack the energy and it can still be unhealthy. You shouldn't be trying to walk around with 5 or 6% body fat.
Thank
now,
you.
if you're doing it for a brief period of time for a photo shoot, for a bodybuilding contest, that's okay. It's still going to be difficult, significantly easier with these peptides, but don't think it's healthy for the long term.
We're going to see if we can keep the T levels fairly high. Anything above 600 would be pretty crazy.
Honestly, this is lean enough to get up on stage and compete. It's probably below 7% body fat, approaching 6% body fat, depending on his legs. You can't judge someone's body fat by just showing their upper body. Now, the fact that he's only showing his upper body, it kind of lets me think that his legs are probably not as lean as upper body. You never know. But I do believe he's very lean and approaching contest condition. I mean, he literally has a Christmas tree. He's peeled. And so I literally wrote on his wall, time to enter a men's physique competition. Greg O'Gallagher wrote back, means a lot coming from Coach Greg. And I do, in fact, mean it. This is an amazing physique. As a natural, looking like this is stupendous. This is not average. This is not mid. This is elite. And so if you're thinking, oh, he isn't that great, he isn't that big, natural, looking like this, yes, he's using Tirzepatide, but who the heck cares? I'd rather see him use that than use...
See? So he said it that way as if you say that if you're using something. It's not natural. Sorry.
Steroids. And so, to each his own. If you want to use these peptides to lose weight, in particular if you're actually obese, in particular if you're morbidly obese,
It should be for people with type 2 diabetes. That's what it's for. That's who it's for. And you're just opening a door to chaos. And there'll be side effects that are not shown now, later on. Mark my words.
I'm all for it. Many coaches are saying it's cheating, that you shouldn't do it. If this is cheating, I'd rather you all cheat on this than cheat by using performance-enhancing drugs, namely steroids, and so on. Do you know how many people would abuse recreational substances, or perhaps clenbuterol, Adderall, T3, T4, the list goes on in order to have some form of an edge on trying to get lean? And are there no side effects with Tirzepatide and Ozempic? Of course there's side effects. It's not good for everyone.
Right. There you go. I hope he gets into the side effects this video. There's many side effects for sure. I have a list here, but I won't get into it.
And obviously the lowest dose that makes you happy, Greg O'Gallagher is taking 2.5 milligrams a week. It's not a huge dose, and so he's trying to take the least dose possible that gives him the results that he needs.
There's so much garbage misinformation around this stuff that's completely not true. In the research, it doesn't show any dopamine dampening, and freeing up all that mental bandwidth, freeing up all that willpower, allows you to win at life. Now you can put all that energy somewhere else, to your goals, to success, to quality relationships, and not all this stress about, oh, I'm going over my calories, I gotta lock in. I'm excited about this stuff. This stuff is very, very powerful.
You don't think that Greg O'Gallagher for years has suffered in silence, that he's hungry? He's known for doing intermittent fasting, for eating in a certain window, for avoiding foods.
I definitely follow that as well, intermittent fasting. Some days 2 meals a day, some days 1. It depends on the day, how occupied I am throughout the day, and so on. But I definitely believe intermittent fasting is one of the most effective ways to put yourself in a caloric deficit without it being too much effort. For sure, I highly recommend it. I've been doing it since I was 18, so closer to 12 years now. 12 years now. Closer to 13 years. So I recommend it for sure.
At certain times for doing everything to stay lean. And so just because somebody isn't obese doesn't mean they're not suffering, and doesn't mean they're not putting in the work. You could have two people. One is obese, one is lean. The person who's obese, you might think, well, clearly that person needs a GLP, but the person who's lean, they might need it more than the person who's obese. The only reason that person's lean is maybe they're forcing themselves to do 2 hours of cardio each and every day. Maybe the person who's lean is starving themselves. avoiding eating,
Yeah, that's crazy.
hungry all the time, suffering from mental fog, loss of concentration, can't sleep, insomnia, feeling like garbage, lower levels of testosterone. That, in fact, may be you. And if I can't convince you to just eat more, to, in fact, go up to perhaps 12 to 15% body fat, something more realistic, then, well, perhaps a GLP is the answer. Remember, don't ask me. I'm not a doctor. I'm just giving you the news. You can go to Algorex, you can talk to them, you can talk to your own doctor. Just do what you need to make yourself happy, but please be safe. Now, of course, if you have low levels of testosterone.
Honestly, I'll stop the video there. This is not something to encourage you to go do it. This is something to give you awareness of it. It is in the fitness space now, and people are talking about it. Be vigilant. Like you said, talk to your doctors about it. And actually be someone that requires it. Meaning your type 2 diabetes. This shouldn't be used for fitness purposes. It shouldn't be. Especially someone like Greg O'Gallagher. He doesn't need it, but he feels like he needs it. Anyways, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Do you agree with my statements? Do you disagree? Do you believe it's not natural as well? Let me know. I'd like to hear it. Thank you so much for watching the video with me. Stay tuned for more videos. God bless.
Metro Boomin, want some more, nigga.